Hi, it's Megan.
And it's Bree.
And we just want to talk about TV.
Welcome to our podcast,
Unseriesous. Each episode, we're going to cover a TV show, new or old, and have a silly little conversation about it.
So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's get unserious.
Welcome to Sexology with Dr. Jean Milburn.
Oh my God.
I sounded Australian, not British.
You did.
That was really good.
That was really good. Welcome to Sexology.
I'm Dr. Eugene Milburn.
What else do these bitches say?
That's
I
it.
don't fucking know. That's all they say the whole time.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Sexology.
Yeah,
Just
we're just
kidding.
gonna get into it and talk about sex.
Yeah.
Education.
Yes, the show. On another episode of Unseriesous with Bree and Megan. I'm Megan.
I'm Bree.
You already knew that. From the intro.
But you know what?
Yes, today we're going to be talking about the grand finale of Netflix's Sex Education.
What a ride.
What
a fucking ride.
What a long ride that took so long to get this last season.
Yeah. The time, like it started in 2019 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's been 17. I've lived a whole fucking life.
Who was I?
Since 20.
I just started
Ew.
thinking.
I know, like if you think back to the...
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it, but this was like a show we watched in college, and now
God.
been out of college for 2 years. So that's
now I'm
fun.
old and haggard.
No. We're young and spry.
Yeah.
So before we talk all about that, I just want to check in with my good friend Bree and see
We aren't really friends.
what the hell's going on. Have you been watching anything, listening to anything, playing anything?
You know, Megan,
That's me.
I've been really wanting to get into gaming. And
Yes.
so far I've only dipped my toes in.
Oh, how's the water?
It's pretty bad right now because
The water's ice cold.
the water's actually freezing cold because I haven't played like GTA or the big games. Right now I'm playing fucking Wordscapes,
That's still gaming.
but I'm dipping my toes in.
You know that counts at work? We're really trying to get into the gaming space.
I think everyone should be in the gaming
And
space.
mobile games count.
Well, okay. Yeah, I'm always jealous of people who have games on their phone, and I finally have one,
Wordscapes.
and it's not very cool.
We should call my mom live on the podcast and see which level of Wordscape she's on. If my phone wasn't recording us, I
8,000.
dead ass would. Hey mom, you're
That's
on the pod.
my goal.
One day we'll get her on the pod and talk about Wordscapes.
But yeah, I want to play more games, and I want to launch a full career in gaming.
That's next for us. We're gonna expand.
Yeah, you've heard it here first.
Yeah, follow us on Twitch.
Follow us on Twitter.
We don't have
already
a Twitch channel quite yet, but I think that's the next step for us. Today we were talking about this reimbursement we get at work, and my coworker went, "I think I can get a PS5."
Yeah, that's literally what
I was
we
like,
need.
so true.
PS5.
I want a PS5.
A casual PS5.
Because sometimes I'm like a mid. Maybe that's too high.
Yeah, I
So
think
don't
you're
say
giving
mid.
yourself too much credit.
Hey, I played The Sims.
Oh,
I've
wait,
played the
true.
Spider-Man
You are a
PlayStation games.
Simmy.
I watched my sister play GTA. I played
true.
Episodes and Choices. I'm all over the gaming world. Animal Crossing. It's
Oh, yeah,
been a minute,
Animal
but I played
Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I was really deep into Animal Crossing. I'd say I'm from like whatever's in between middle and beginner.
Okay.
You know, because I feel like mid, I might need to be on Twitch to hit mid.
You may have to
And then to be really
you may
high, you
at
have to
least
be
on
like,
Twitch.
you have to be like, what's that guy's name? Ludwig. Or Dream, even though we don't stand Dream.
No, yeah.
That's like highbrow.
I dabble in Club Penguin.
Yeah, yes, Webkins. We played
Webkins.
Webkins on YouTube.
Yeah,
Throwback, follow 1510 on YouTube.
yeah.
We're gamers.
Yeah, we're gamers.
So, like and subscribe.
I want to be a bigger gamer. I'm gonna get more games on my Switch, and I'm gonna be a real gamer.
Yeah, I recently just finished A Little to the Left, the main gameplay. And when it was ending, it was crazy, guys. It's a really relaxing, but also kind of frustrating organization game. When I got to the end, it was like an organization frenzy.
Not an organization frenzy.
It was truly a frenzy.
That's actually so exciting.
It was very exciting, even though I was very confused. And then the credits rolled, and I was like,
and then the credits rolled. But
I have like the next expansion pack for it, I think. I don't really know how it works because I bought them as a bundle, so I don't know where that expansion pack is. But I'm gonna play that too. And it's nice before bed activity, even though when I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do,
then you just get stressed.
I get kind of stressed, and then I need a hint,
then
so
you
I go
stay
on
up
Wikipedia.
for 12 hours.
Yeah, and I don't sleep.
That's nice.
But it's a really sweet gaming moment in television was when Eric and Otis played Super Smash at Eric's house in the series finale.
I think that was
Sex
very
Education.
sweet.
It's very sweet and a really great transition,
scenes.
Megan.
Yeah, that was so good, Megan.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, can you tell me what it's about? I don't know.
I wrote a really award-winning description. I think that Dan Levy in Sex Education would really be proud of this.
All right, I'm all ears. I'm going to listen. I'm Dan Levy. I'm going to bully you.
Okay. I just had an existential crisis. Is it Levy or Levy? Anyway, Sex Education is a British teen comedy drama on Netflix following the lives of students at Moordale Secondary School. The story centers on Otis Milburn, an awkward but knowledgeable teen when it comes to sex and relationships due to his own mother being a sex therapist. In season 1, Otis teams up with the rebellious classmate Maeve to start an underground sex clinic at their school to help other struggling students and make a profit. By season 4, Otis and Maeve have finally realized their feelings for one another but struggle with a long-distance relationship when Maeve takes a course in America while Otis and his friend Eric start attending a new college at their previous school was shut down. Damn. There, Otis finds he is not the only sex therapist on campus, and he and his friends continue to struggle with their own personal and romantic issues in their final year of school. After 4 years of character development, crazy sexual escapades, impactful stories about destigmatizing hardships, and making us cry over every platonic, familial, and romantic relationship, Sex Education has finally reached its climax.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I feel like it was pretty vague, but I feel like there's just too much to fit in.
No, if you dove into every storyline, they have about 70,000 storylines going.
Exactly. So I think that's what we do now. The show started, you said 2019? Which, what the fuck? We were still in our dorms. Us and our roommates watched it. It was a really beautiful bonding experience. We all got into it. We finally bonded. We were not speaking to them.
We didn't literally speak.
None of us hung out until Sex Education brought us all in front of the TV.
And then sex brought us.
Just really graphic sex at the beginning of every episode. And we were like, we're in, and we're a family.
Yeah, now we're closer than ever.
No, but it was fun. I love watching shows with my besties, and this was one of our shows for a minute.
Until everyone stopped watching.
Well, yeah, everyone else stopped watching. We all moved out of our shared, larger shared space. Years passed between seasons, so it was hard for everyone to keep up with. But you know what? Brie and I are still here, and that's what matters.
We are here. We love TV.
But yeah, this was such a fun, interesting show. And it's British. We love that.
We love British people.
We love British people. I love their accents. I love all the different accents that everyone has.
Yes.
I love that this season there was O is Irish or Scottish. She's one of them, right?
Yeah.
And then the podcast radio host producer, she was from New Zealand or Australia? One of them.
Oh yeah. They
love
had all
accents.
the accents up in there.
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
When they went to America, I was like, okay.
They went to America.
Dan Levy.
I said, okay, this does not look like America.
I think I used to know how to pronounce their last name, and now I'm questioning it because it's one way or the other.
Levy.
And there's another Dan Levy who's the opposite.
Well, shit.
I think, Jane Levy.
Yeah.
She does not pronounce her name the same way as they do, but I can't remember who does what.
Oh no.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. This Dan,
wrong.
My man Dan.
He's watching.
And he's watching, and he's pissed at me. This ruins any possible writing collaboration I could have ever hoped for. Anyway, yeah, this was a big fucking season. The last season, we watched it a little late just because of everything going on. It was October. We had to watch the spooky shows.
Yeah.
But now we're here.
Binged it.
Yeah. And Brie, as a whole, before we get into every individual storyline, how did you feel about the final season?
Listen.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Listen. I don't know. I have very mixed emotions about it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, well, one, they just added more characters and there was already so much going on.
And they took away characters.
And I feel like every episode there was about 70 storylines going on and everyone got like 5 minutes. And it would take forever. Like Adam at the farm or whatever, it would like be like every storyline you'd like finally get to it. But it was like after like, it just felt very like too much, like too jumbled. And I think they're good at like explaining and like literally educating people on things, but I don't know. It was just like a lot, and I don't know. Because I wanted to watch it. That's the weird thing, is like I was excited to watch every episode, like, and it had me interested and invested, but like it was like a lot, like, and I don't know. How about you?
I feel the same way. I feel very mixed.
Yeah,
because on the one hand, I really, really like the show. Like, I feel like I need to preface.
Yeah, I love the show.
I love the show, and it's so well done. But I think part of me was disappointed that this was the last season, and this is what we got within the last season. So I feel like if you separate that, it's a very good season of television. Like, there's so many great stories. Throughout the whole show, they do a good job of, like, representing things. You were saying this, like, telling really good stories, really interesting stories, really important stories, like underrepresented stories. Like, it's a very diverse show. It's a show that talks about things that many other shows don't talk about. They talk about literally everything. That's the other thing. They do talk about so many important things, but they try to like do everything.
So like, yeah, they talk about literally everything, where it like kind of takes away from like
the other thing.
Yeah, like it's just too much at once.
And
like,
they only get 8 episodes, and this was their final season. Like, I think this would have been a perfect season of television if they had maybe one more. And of course, there were things that did end. Like, I feel like Maeve and Eric and some of the other storylines felt like it really ended. So, like, they did that. But I just feel like I was kind of disappointed by some of the things that happened, and that being the end. Because I feel like we didn't get enough time with certain characters, even though, like, a lot of storylines did end up. But it's so complicated because I feel like some of my, like, if I did pros and cons, some of the cons are like pros in a different way, where it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I think we also finished this last night, so I feel like we're very much in it.
Still like,
we're like in a week from now, I might feel like better. We're like, things that made me sad, I'm like, that's like I can see why they did that for an ending. And I've watched other shows where like the last season can be very like somber, but I feel like we spent a lot of every episode being so sad.
Yeah,
and
like
so stressed.
It was so sad.
And I didn't want that to be the entirety of the last season of the show that I really, really love.
Yeah.
And I think one storyline, Maeve's storyline with her mom dying, like that was like a very, very well done story. But I hated seeing Maeve in such a terrible place for the whole last season of a show we're never going to see Maeve in. Even though it ended in a very like high note, like a very hopeful ending for her, kind of like following her dreams, getting out of a place that like sucked the life out of her. But I was like, that was our last season with Maeve. Similarly, I think Eric had a very like interesting storyline we can unpack. But the fact that they separated Otis and Eric for a majority of the last season of the show, like they had a very good, interesting dynamic, that they had an important moment in their friendship that they overcame. But that being like the final season, and we didn't get like them being friends the whole time. Like, I want the last season to be like a party, and you could still do heavy hitters, but like, I didn't feel like that was a celebration of what made the show great, which was some relationships, and they broke. There's so many relationships we need to discuss, but like at the end of the day, Otis and Eric are the
dynamic main duo,
and they broke them up for a majority of it, and that hurt me.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, yeah, we were like sad most of the time, which is not what you want from a finale. And yeah, like you can't, like Maeve losing her mom, you can't just like fly past that. So like it made it like, well, we knew her character was going to be like heavy, like, the rest of the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just, like, was so sad.
So fucking sad.
Even, by the last episode, they're still sad. Like, in a lot of ways. Like...
Yeah.
And I think... I don't know. There's so many storylines.
Yeah, I feel like we should just start with Maeve.
Yeah.
And that it's so complicated because... And then indirectly connected to Otis. I loved Maeve and Otis. Like, they were a big pull for me, like, the whole show. And then they kind of made it into a love triangle. And people started jumping ship. And I said, I was here for them. Ship. And we can talk about Ruby. I love Ruby. But, like... It's so complicated.
They had a slow burn.
They had a very slow burn, and then they finally get together. And I have this gripe with a lot of shows. When you finally get your characters together, but then make their entire relationship tumultuous.
Yeah, like nothing could go right.
Like, we waited and waited. Like, the people that really wanted Maeve and Otis together waited and waited so long just to barely see them in the same scenes. And then when you did, they were either fighting or her mom was dead. And then they had, of course, some great stuff in there. But, like, again... I think it's all going to fall back to, I wish this wasn't, like, how they spent the last season. Yeah. Or at least spent it happier until they broke up, because I understand, like, real life, not everyone ends up together. Like, I can talk about that all day. It's like, you don't always have to make it realistic. I don't always watch TV to be realistic, but I guess in this show, they're trying to portray, like, healthy teenage relationships. Fine. But I wish if they were going to not end up together, they could have spent more of the season being happier together.
Yeah, because when they were together, it was sad, of course, because the reason they came back together is because Maeve lost her mom. Mm-hmm. And then even their date, like, her Otis's aunt crashed that, and then he had to make it about him and Ruby, which I get. And nothing bad, like, nothing even happened. That's what's frustrating. It's like, I feel like they threw that in to just throw another wrench into them. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It felt very, messy.
Yeah. They couldn't anytime something would happen, not just with them, we were like, no one can have anything. Like, as soon as you're like, okay, maybe this character's having a good time. No. Mm-mm. Like, crazy. And again, like, they do a really good job of representing grief or representing, like, people's different relationships with relationships and sex and blah, 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 blah. I just wish that wasn't the whole thing. Like, I wish we could have had, like, some of those things, but also more balance with, like, them just having a normal relationship. Because, yeah, even when they were on their date, like, she was grieving, and his aunt showed up, and then they were caught by the police, and then she had an awkward part with his mom, and it was like, give anyone one good thing.
They didn't have, like, any, like, I don't know. They're finally together, and then it's, like, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, their moments before were cuter.
That's what I think is so frustrating is, like, when you build up a relationship, there has to be payoff. And I will say to like the opposite of that, one of the things I waited for the longest on the show was for Jean and Maeve to have scenes together. And I think I wish they had more. Like, it's crazy that they only had, like, one, and they had a few scenes, but they basically had one episode together.
Yeah.
But it was so good. That was one of my favorite parts of this season, was their stuff together, because it was one of the one times where, like, you had this setup and it went fine. Like, everything would be like, okay, we're finally getting this, but it's gonna go wrong, and it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, that's why every scene that, like, that was going, like, well, I was, like, waiting for it to go wrong, because, like, so much did go wrong.
Right. But they were so good, and it was, like, I could cry. Like, Maeve needed that moment with a parental figure, but specifically it being her and Jean. Like, it was such a long-awaited moment.
Mom of the mom. Like, she's so comforting.
She's so comforting. And it was such a perfect scene. Like, that was amazing. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, that does lead to her going back to America, which I think we all could have seen.
Like, you told her to go.
Well, yes. That had to happen.
You told her to go back
They had to have one last beef.
They had to have some beef.
But after that, like, when Maeve and Otis's goodbye scene, both, like, together, and then finally consummating their love. That was one of the most pure sex scenes on the show. And that was like, okay, deserved. At least they got that. And at least they got, like, a goodbye and stuff. Like, I thought that was really, like, sweet and well done, and I was like sobbing when he was like, I can't look at you when you leave. I was like, bro,
I can't look. He closed his eyes.
I was like, I'm gonna close my eyes too. And then the letter she wrote him in the last episode, and that being how it ended, I'm gonna cry. And she just ended it by calling him dickhead. Like,
yeah, dickhead.
They had some really good stuff. Like, I'm happy with their ending. I got nervous because I was like, well, if they put him with Ruby after all this, I'm gonna be like,
yeah,
what the fuck? But I think overall, I think a lot of the ending was good. I just wish the journey to the ending wasn't so fucking depressing.
Yeah, like, I liked all the ending scenes for the most part, but then, like, it was just, like, freaking bumpy.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. But I am happy that Maeve, like, got to leave.
Yeah. And I think it's a decent ending where you can go, okay, maybe one day they'll find each other.
Yeah, one day. Yeah. Like, it's not, like, never, but it's just, like, the end.
Which I guess is realistic. And
yeah. That's one thing. Like, I think they did a really good job. Like, every character I look at has grown so much. And, like, and that's real life. Like, through that years of the teenage years, like, I look at the character and I'm like, they have changed so much. Like, this is a, like, almost not like a completely different person, but a very different person.
Yeah.
Because I was like, season 1 stuff is just like, whoa, that was the character before. Like,
I know.
So much happened.
I want to talk about, like, all the other side characters before we move away. Like, from Otis, I think he had great development because people would hate that kid. And, like, he did a lot of, like, fucked up things, but, like, there's so many characters that did fucked up things, and they all learn from it and grow from it, and they're teenagers.
They're teenagers.
Like,
they're little bitches. My,
like, pet peeve when people get, like, so irrationally mad at, like, a character on a TV show, and they're literally just, like, a high school kid.
It's a 16-year-old girl. That's Otis.
Yes! Like, what else is he gonna do? He's gonna fuck up, bro, and then he's gonna learn from it, and it's gonna work out. Yeah. And, like, there are worse characters on this show, and then, like, I mean this in other shows in general too. People get so bent out of shape because a high school student did a high school student thing.
High schooler is a high schooling.
But I really loved this season. I did really like Otis's journey this season. I liked how, like, for a show about relationships, they did a lot outside of their own relationships. Like, he had his journey trying to be school counselor. Maeve had her writing journey, and then every character had their own kind of, like, journey within school and life. And I thought that was really good. Like, that's one of the great things about the show is they balance relationships with, like, personal storylines. And I loved Otis's storyline with but I do, like, feel like his story was one of the most open-ended ones, like, where it's like, Maeve knows she's gonna do this, Eric knows he's gonna do this, and Otis is like, I'm still here and I'm not the counselor.
Otis is like, I'm not gonna be the counselor.
And it's like, yeah, I can see that for him. He had a really big growth moment where he's like, I don't need to be that person
to do this.
And I'm sure that they're alluding to he's probably gonna go down that career path in life, but I feel like he didn't have his moment of like, and here's what I'll do.
He doesn't know what he's gonna do.
And then, you know what, real.
Now he's real.
Actually, real.
Yeah.
Never mind.
But the high schoolers being sex counselors is such an interesting, like,
and then, like, letting them.
Yeah, and they just, like, know everything.
First of all,
and they're, like, good at it.
The new school, the new college.
The new college is wild.
So wild.
Is very
Let them do whatever the fuck they want. And I'm like, go off, but also, whoa.
Go off, but this looks kind of scary.
Honestly, if students were in charge, like, at that school, sure.
Yeah, because they're all so, like, nice. But, like, no one's that nice.
No. They're like, we need this to be realistic, but we're going to make everyone at the student flawed, but overall a good human.
Overall just good.
If students were really in charge,
that would be
at our high school,
a mess.
I'd leave.
Yeah, literally. Like, that wouldn't work.
No.
Realistically.
But good for them.
But good for them. And their school looked their elevator didn't work, but, you know.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay.
That school's just so funny.
Yeah. I will say I really did like the new characters like Abby and Aisha and Roman, but I'm like, why? Maybe it was the actors, but why did we have to lose Alla and Lily?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah. Did they leave or did they get kicked off?
I don't know.
I loved them.
Yeah.
Like, and I loved them together, and I just liked them both separately too. Like, they were such good characters, and they just were gone.
That's the other thing. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
That was disappointing. I don't know. Maybe the actors didn't want to come back. Cause like I know Simone Ashley, she's Bridgerton.
Simone Ashley's busy with Bridgerton.
But
she
like,
can't be a untouchable.
I don't know. If Hannah Waddingham can come back for multiple episodes, anyone can come back and slay every scene. When the first scene she was in this season, the first shot of her is the back of her head.
Yes.
And I just heard crying. I'm like, Maeve's mom, I don't know what order this happened in at the top of my head, but like Maeve's mom I think was dead at this point, and I'm like, the first time I cracked a tear was because my girl Hannah Waddingham was here. That's her power. She's just such a comforting, especially, it's so funny on the show, she was kind of one of those characters
like strict.
where you were like, okay, whoa. But then, like, now she's Rebecca Welton, and now nothing she could do could bother me because I love her so much. And her in real life, she's such a calming presence that I don't give a shit. I love her. I adore her. Never done anything wrong in her life. She could play a villain in a show, and I'd be like, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I'm here for you.
Yes.
Slay mamas.
Slay mamas. She was there.
But yeah, I really liked Otis's storyline, even though it broke him and Eric up.
Yeah.
I feel like I've nailed that in.
I wish that was shorter. Like,
or that right at the end.
Yeah, I get it happening.
Yeah.
But like,
I wish it happened at the beginning of the season. They could have spent the back half of the season being besties again.
Yeah.
They
broke them up.
That really bothered me. Again, I get it. Like, I think that was a really important conversation for them to have, which was basically they have a lot of differences, race, religion, sexuality, all very valid things that... The one thing, I don't know, they should have like made this a point where it's like you can't expect one person to fill every facet of your life.
You need multiple. That's why you have multiple people.
Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of the point they were making, even though they didn't really say it like that.
Yeah.
But like that's a valid thing when you have like your person, and that's what Eric called. He's like, Otis is my person. Like no matter what we're gonna go through, he's still like my dude. I wish that they dealt with that in the first half.
And then got to be besties and happy.
Yeah, because even when they weren't, like, I guess, like, they built that up by having, like, Otis doing his campaign and Eric kind of bonding with Abby and crew, like, which is great.
With the coven.
And I love that, like, very real, like, everyone's allowed to have their own thing and have their own other friends. But I'm like, again, this is sex education. I'm here for Eric and Otis! Guys! What are we doing?
And then
we used to be a society!
Eric seeing God.
Okay, yes, let's really unpack that. Because the whole season, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, like, just cards on the table, not very religious people over here. But, like, to each their own for real. But, like, I wasn't sure.
I just was shook.
I was shook, and, like, he's always had a religious storyline.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But, like, I was like,
that.
How far it was going, I was like, is this okay? Also, just because it's like a black gay man and him, like, I wasn't sure how it was gonna end, basically. I'm like, are we okay with this? And again, I'm not the person to dictate that as a white, straight, not religious. Like, that's not my call. But I was like, is everyone okay with this? But then the way it ended, like,
it all added up. It's just like that, those scenes. I was like, what am I watching?
That woman,
it's just so different.
What's her name? Jodie something. She was married to Joshua Jackson. That was the actress that played her.
I knew I recognized her.
And then on IMDb, listed as God.
That's so funny. That's literally God. We're like, who is that?
Like, is that
God? The thing she was saying, I'm like, oh my God, is that God?
That gave me chills, but I was also like, what the fuck? Someone said it was like them jumping the shark, but it was okay because it was at the end. Like...
Yeah, I feel like there's already so much happening, and then you have this like insane like out of reality.
Yeah, within their show.
Yeah, like the stuff that was happening. I was like, whoa, what am I watching now? But I mean,
good for him.
That's God,
and that's on God,
and that's on God.
Like, is
so
Eric
like,
God?
I guess I respect it.
It was really like interesting to see him go on that journey, which I'm sure like people relate to. Like you can be like gay or have like a different experience that the regular church traditional whatever fuck that, but like that they don't accept, but you can still have a relationship with God. So I was like, okay, I'm with you. For a while I wasn't sure. You had me the first half, and then you got me back. You got me back.
Yeah, I like how they showed that,
and I like that. Now and that Eric
Abby
kind of
related.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I really like that dynamic a lot this season. And now he knows that he wants to be a person in the church that can be accepting and hopefully make some change.
Yes.
He's like, we're going to need more than some discussions, but that's a start.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Eric.
I love Eric.
When he told Otis, that was so cute.
He's like, you're the first person I told. Shut the fuck up. Do you want to go play Mario Kart or
whatever? Want to go play Mario Kart?
Super Smash. I love that. That's going to be my number one thing is like, with everything they did, I will never forgive them limiting their relationship at the end.
Yeah.
That's why I was there. Also, Eric and Maeve never look at each other. And I feel like they were the big three.
Oh, yeah.
And they are the big three. But the fact that there's virtually no relationship between Eric and Maeve, sickening to me. Sad. What a missed opportunity, especially because they're best friends in real life.
Yeah.
And the strike ruined all press opportunities for all of them again.
They just need to do it now.
They should, do a like
run it back,
retroactive tour. Yeah.
Oh,
that's one of my biggest things. So I wish they had scenes because one of my favorite things this season was aimee and Otis.
Yes.
Such a good, like, I would have wanted more, but since there was so much going on, what I got was...
Yeah.
I think there's, like, I don't know if trope is the right word, but, like, having the singular person, in this case, Maeve, like, the best friend and the boyfriend being friends. Mm-hmm. I love that dynamic.
That was cute.
And I even think I wrote in my notes, like, because people ship Aimee and Maeve, which I'm behind, but I also think they're just such a pure friendship, no matter which way you slice it. I was like, they should just be a throuple. It's like that scene in Parks where it's like, Otis is like, this is my girlfriend Maeve, and this is Maeve's girlfriend Aimee. And they could be so domestic and make each other brekkie, and it would be perfect.
I love Aimee.
Me fucking too. I loved that we got Aimee and Otis scenes. I loved... Obviously, every Aimee and Maeve scene. Would have loved more of that. I would have loved Maeve to not fully leave before the final episode because all her scenes were away.
I know.
But that's fine. I feel like I've harped on that enough. But Aimee, perfect character, perfect storyline, no notes.
Yeah. Did you like Aimee and Isaac?
I feel like when the trailer came out, I was like...
Yeah.
Because I feel like... And it's been a minute since season 3. Like, it's been fully 2 years since last season.
Been like 7.
But I feel like Isaac did enough where I was like... I didn't have enough care for him before this season. So I was like, okay, fine, I guess. But then he had such a great development himself and a really good storyline with Aimee that I did come around to. I thought they were really sweet. I thought he was like so sweet this like everything he said. And everything I thought he was a sweet character this season. Yeah, and their like journey with art and then Aimee finding a way to like self-express. Like I thought that was such a great storyline. Yeah. Like literally no notes. Mm-hmm. Like I could cry thinking about them. And their scene in the red room, the like lighting room. Red room sounds like weird. The red room, that's 50 Shades. It's 50 Shades. It's also like Black Widow, where they like. Black Widow. But everyone knew what I meant. Black light room, whatever it is. Everyone knows what I meant. Everyone knows you developed your photos. Wherever you developed your photos, that was really cute. And then them staging a protest for the lift, like let's go.
And Aimee taking a picture of the construction workers. I like that scene.
I love that scene.
I love Aimee. She's so sweet. And I totally forgot that her and
Adam dated. I think about that a lot because they used to date in real life and now they don't. And I was like,
knew that. And
don't ship real people, but they were cute. Yeah.
But that's crazy to think about now.
I like that. I wish they had a little moment of like, I hope you're well. I hope you're well.
I'm like, they don't even like. It seems like they don't even know each other. That's why I was like so. But Adam was separated from everyone.
Yeah, which I didn't even think about that being a problem.
Like,
I loved his storyline. Like from season 1 to season 4, it's complex when you have that trope. I feel like we talked about it on Pretty Little Liars, like the bully to being gay pipeline, or he's bisexual. But like either way, like to bully someone for being gay, then realize like you also are attracted to men. Like I hate that storyline, but I feel like they handled it pretty well with being able to give him development, but also like I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel with like all the ships and who did what, but like I think they did a really good job with Adam and Eric.
Yeah.
I wasn't disappointed they didn't end up together. And I don't think
they didn't end up together, but they grew a lot from each other. Mm-hmm. And like especially Adam, like I don't know.
I thought it was so good.
It was good.
And their scene at the funeral, like I could cry. Like that was so sweet and so perfect. And that Adam just got to, they basically made the case with Adam and his dad that like everyone could benefit from goddamn therapy. Literally. And I know I need to take that advice myself. I also therapy. I say it like all the time, and then I'm like, wait, hold sounds on. Like a lot of work, but one day.
I know I say it too, and I'm like, wait, I haven't gone.
I have to go. Well, I have to go, and I have to like find one. I have to pay for it. Like
I support therapy.
No, I'm 2024 baby. Anyway, but basically you have these really like fucked up characters that Adam was a direct reflection of the way his dad treated him, and you learn that his dad also had his family issues too. Like, there's like a word for that. It's a trickle effect. And that they both, once they kind of like could accept that there was a problem and then work on themselves, they became very great people and like great characters. And on one hand, like bummer that like Adam wasn't really as involved with everyone, but it's sweet that he went to the funeral. I liked that a lot. Yeah. But like the fact that we get to see like just their family kind of come back together, I like that a lot.
And him and Adam like finding himself and like working with animals.
Mm-hmm. Adam had no one to turn to but Midnight. Like he had to hug a horse.
You have to put your face on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
Hug your horse.
Aww. And yeah, I loved him coming into himself, feeling finally confident in his sexuality, and then like
telling the horse girl what's her name.
Oh yeah, what is her name?
Her name is Horse Girl. Okay. No, I forget what her name was.
I know, but I liked her a lot.
I love her for the little time we've.
I wish we got more of them. Like, not that everyone needed to be paired up or something, but since they built to that, I'm like, I wish we got a little bit more of them because I thought they were really cute.
But it was so cute, like the scene of him saying it was a guy I dated, and then would you go on a date?
Yeah, I wanted you to know that.
That was cute.
And then just him learning that like fucking up doesn't mean failure. Like I love that when he crashed.
When he crashed the tractor,
I was like, oh no, and I was stressed out too because usually on the show everything had been going wrong.
Just explodes,
as we've explained. But like she was like, no, you messed up. Just don't go on the tractor again. You were not quitting.
Yeah, it's fine. He's like,
I love them, and I love Madam the dog. And then when before the relationship was fixed, her growling at the dad.
Aww.
More Madam.
Wait, Madam gets lost in like the first season.
That's one of the worst things ever. I was thinking about that earlier when I was like, what are my least favorite moments? I was like,
that thing. I was like, what?
And the cat.
Not the cat.
The show's unhinged. That's what gets me is like they tackle a lot of serious things about like religion, sexuality, etc. But why was it so sad this last season? Like, why was everything so sad? Like, Adam's dad, like, fuck him for most of the show. But once he got his character development, he was so fucking sad. Every scene made me want to choke.
Yeah. Like, literally. And it's so funny because they're such a bright show. Like they have so much color. And then it's, like, the saddest thing you could ever see.
Yeah. They were doing so much. Like, so then Gene... postpartum depression, Adam like struggling with his family, Eric struggling with his religion, Otis struggling with his relationship, Maeve's mom being dead, Gene's sister who was a new character which I liked a lot. Again, just it's like also like when you introduce so many new characters, it's like we barely get time with them but we care about them, but now it's the last season so we're never gonna see any of them again. I liked her sister a lot, but then like dealing with like abuse from childhood with an adult, like they tackle so many fucking issues. The radio producer having like early onset, it's probably not the right term, menopause, like they tackle literally everything under the sun, but it's just all so fucking sad. It's so all sad. Happening in the last season. They had a new character that was asexual and then bullied Ruby. Ruby's family issues like suck too, and it's like, God, can anyone smile?
Can anyone just be happy? And then Viv being in a relationship like that you think is gonna be cute, but then he's controlling and like.
And then Jackson thought he had cancer.
And then Cal struggling with
transitioning.
And then everybody's fucking out here.
Cal ran away. We spent the last episode really with a missing person.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the last episode.
And Cal came around to it, but we also didn't see, like, it ended with Cal, like, just... They took the fundraiser money for Cal's top surgery. Yeah. Let's fucking go. Yeah. But, like, Cal's last scene is them being kind of sad and, they're isolated.
Really sad.
I just wish there was one more season. Like, in some... Like, we don't need one, obviously, because they wrapped everything up. But I'm like, why couldn't like why do we have to spend everything so
why is everyone so sad?
It's like the duality of it all being so well done, so well handled. Yeah, it was a lot, but like
that's why I'm like so like conflicted in my head with how I feel about the season as a whole, because they handle topics so well, but at the same time it just is so much.
It was so much. I feel like they were like, we haven't done this yet.
Yeah,
so we have to do it all in the last season.
It's like everything.
And again, pretty well done. I feel like you can argue like some of it was done too quickly, or maybe like too, like you said, too much at once, that it makes everything a little less unimpactful. But like they do a really good job, and the fact that they show some of these storylines at all is really important.
Storylines that are never shown in.
But like every scene, like no one could be goddamn happy. Like, Cal especially, like Cal finding like a romantic interest, but then when they're hooking up in the bathroom, they start their period. Like, I was like, can one moment be just wholesome?
Just be nice and happy.
Like again, that's so realistic, I'm sure, for like someone transitioning and like not feeling like themselves. I was like, someone be happy, please.
No.
Please.
I'm trying to think of the happy moment.
Literally, like Aimee and Otis playing cards in the
car.
That
was like the happiest
Maeve's mom's
moment.
dead. Like, it's
it's like there's something. It's,
I'm like so conflicted.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me refer to my notes.
Yeah.
What have I not mentioned? Oh, you know what I felt really represented by is that Adam doesn't know how to drive, and his father yells at him while he's driving, and
his dad yells at him and
that was a little triggering for me. My dad yelled at me while I was driving, and I haven't driven since.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
I felt really represented on a show that's very diverse and very like talks about a lot of important topics. But I'm really glad they talked about how some people just don't drive.
Some people don't drive, and they covered it all.
They really covered it all, guys.
Sometimes you don't drive.
Listen, guys, it's important to remember that some people are gay and some people don't drive. And everything's okay. Anyway.
Looks around.
Slay.
All right.
To be clear, there are more important things than not being able to drive.
There are a few.
Before people come at me.
Come for Megan in the comments.
Yep.
Who else should we talk about? Who have we not really
we talked about Viv and Jackson for a split second.
I love Viv and Jackson, but like they're just friends, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that they were gonna kiss.
I'd
at least be like, wait, because they kept like, I'm all for platonic male-female friendships. Like, we stand, we fight, we march for platonic male-female friendships. So I'm not, like, too disappointed. Yeah, but just, like, when you're having those moments where it's, like, you want a romantic relationship where you feel like you can be yourself and you go to them when things go wrong. I'm like, hello!
I know, and they both were, like, pretty much saying that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, so they're going to at least end up going, wait, it's you, even if nothing big happens, but no.
But no.
Which is fine, they're besties. Yeah. I would have loved a little bit more of both of them, though, toward the end. No matter how you slice it, because
everybody. I also like Jackson and Cal's relationship because it helped.
It came back around.
Yeah, it came back around, and like Jackson learned more about himself.
Yeah, no, more of like just guys being comfortable, like that their sexuality might not, even if it's not like he was like, you know what, I think I am straight, but he was just like, but maybe I'm not, and it wasn't like oh no, he kind of wanted to be so he could be with Cal, but he was like, but that's just not me.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool storyline.
Jackson's such a good character, and I wish we got really great stuff of him, but I'm like, I wish he was more central. Yeah, because he's so good.
Yeah, he was good. He's another one I look at and I'm like, season 1 to season 4, it's like, whoa, like this is a full ass, like we saw the growth of
and he had little moments with Otis, which I liked, even though because they were at odds. But I'm like, unless I missed it, like I kind of wanted just like a little Jackson and Maeve moment at the funeral, just to be like, hey, so sorry, and like it's okay, like just to have them be like, okay, we're cool now.
Yeah, I need everyone to go, hey just every 5 seconds.
We cool now.
Hey, I need Adam to walk into the college and go, hey
Aimee.
Hey,
That's
everyone.
the problem when you have such a big fucking cast. I want them all to hang out with each other. And when those little moments would happen, like Jackson and Otis at the gym, I was like, let's go. But then like it doesn't last long enough. And it's like, I get why, because there's not enough time. But Jesus.
But Jesus.
But hey, me and you, we cool. Yeah, I really liked that they showed the dynamic with Viv and that fucker, just because that happened.
that fucker!
That, like, she couldn't be happy either. And then Jackson spent the whole season thinking he had cancer. And then when he did have cancer, he found out his daddy didn't want him.
Yeah. That's really awkward.
It's okay, he has 2 moms, like, it's fine. But
he has 2 moms, and one's Hannah wanting him.
And one's Hannah wanting him. But God.
Yeah. And when he thought he had cancer, I thought they were really going to do it. Because, like, everything was going so wrong that I'm like, well, why wouldn't this happen?
He's gonna die.
Why wouldn't this happen?
And the fundraiser's gonna go to his memorial fund.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Like, these are some heavy topics.
So fucking heavy.
And we didn't get enough time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I think that's somehow maybe everything. I wish we got more of literally everyone, but again, there's not enough time.
But all we can think about is that world still exists.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go on AO3.
Yes! What are you going to write?
That was every episode.
How did rewriting season 4 where, like, things go right?
Rewriting season 4, but everything's, like, so happy.
I need that. I'll read it.
But everything goes so right.
Yeah. Should we get into highs and lows?
Yeah. Epic. Highs.
And low. Brie, who's your favorite characters?
This is hard because there's 5,000 billion characters.
I have one single character right now.
But I did write one. Eric is my favorite character.
I wrote Aimee.
Hell yeah. Aimee was my second.
Like, Eric and Maeve and Otis, those are obviously the big 3. I love them too, but Aimee is a flawless character.
Yeah. I almost wrote Eric and Aimee, but I said, I'm going to decide on one.
Yeah.
And
Eric was high on mine too, but then, like, I got confused for a second, and then I was like, that's okay, because he met God.
He met God. Yeah.
God told him, I love all. God was a woman, a black woman.
God
like,
was
let's fucking go.
A beautiful woman.
Let's go.
Well, not anymore.
Joni Turner-Smith. That's her name, I think.
And not anymore. Married.
Oh, she's not with Joshua Jackson.
That's crazy.
That was wild. The year of divorces.
I was like, what? Like, I barely know them, but I knew they were iconic.
Mm-hmm. Least favorite characters.
Well, there's probably more than just this person, but I wrote Bo.
Me too. Because I couldn't think.
And he was literally the worst thing. Like, he made me so mad.
Yeah.
Like,
leave fucking Viv alone.
Yeah, like,
keep my wife's name.
Made me ugh.
And then I would have said, like, Professor Groff.
Yeah.
But, like,
then
he had great development. Like, we have to give him, he was a cook.
Yeah.
He's a cook and he just wanted his wife back.
Yeah.
When he called in on the radio show. God, just what a sad, pathetic man.
This season.
Yeah. I liked when he rode the horse.
Him and Adam just have the saddest little pathetic faces.
And they have the same face. Yeah. A moment for the casting.
A moment for that casting.
Yeah. Favorite moments?
Okay, I wrote, like, mine's mostly stuff from other seasons, but...
Oh, good, because I did mostly this season and then forgot.
Okay. Well, I said, of course, all the girlies taking the bus with Aimee.
That's the best scene. I wrote that. That's like the only scene I wrote from another season.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. And when Maeve has the moment in the abortion clinic and, like, she holds the other.
That's what I wrote. Like, the abortion clinic storyline with Maeve and, like, Otis waiting.
Wait, that was, like, when I was like, oh, I'm in forever for Maeve and Otis.
Oh, I'm in forever.
When he showed up at the abortion clinic for her, or stayed for her.
Yes.
You waited.
Of course. Eric coming out to his dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Otis and Eric's last scene.
Mm-hmm.
U2. Everyone's seeing U2 at Maeve's.
Yes.
That's good.
Bringing back those teachers is really great. I just wish they could have done that with more.
Yeah.
Of the other characters.
Yeah. What about you?
I wrote Maeve and Otis's goodbye in the letter. Eric and Otis, their last scene, but also him just continuously calling him oatcake.
Oatcake.
The bus stop, and then her, yelling at the men in this season, and then like her at the bus stop this season taking those photos. Just like she had like such a great arc. Like I can't even express. The phone call with Joe on Jean's radio show, even though that was really sad. The funeral when everyone showed up, the horseback riding scene. And Eric and Adam's closure were a bunch of the ones I wrote down.
Oh, Adam and his dad hugging for that was sweet.
When he's like, "Do you want to hug a horse?" He's like, "No, I want to hug you.
I want to hug you." I wanna hug you, that was so sweet.
Yeah. Least favorites.
The cat dying.
Yeah,
that's my least favorite.
I wrote that.
Bo.
Yeah.
Just like all those scenes made me like.
I basically wrote literally everyone being sad. Like
no, literally all the sadness happened.
I just felt ill this season.
Adam and his dad's sad ass faces.
Yeah. I wrote Otis, Eric breakup, Otis and Maeve just fighting.
Yeah.
They're like everything that can go wrong could go wrong.
Literally this whole season.
Cal disappearing.
No, Cal disappearing and being at the lookout.
And like fuck? These were really good scenes for representation of like well, I was about to say the being ableist, like Isaac not being able to get on the lift, and then when the fire alarm went off and then leaving Aisha.
Oh
like,
yes,
that was like they made the points that they made, but that made me so fucking sad. Yeah. It's like the duality of being like these are really good scenes, but they made me so fucking sad across the whole season. Like, yeah, when Maeve found out about her mom dying, like, there's just so many god fucking sad.
Maeve, finishing the crossword, like, that was so sad.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. This whole season.
Like, what the fuck?
Just, like, fucked me up.
Yeah, and then there's that scene, the only other scene I've written down from an earlier season, is a sad one, when Eric gets, like, attacked because he was alone.
I forgot about that.
Because that's what other people point to, Otis being a bad friend, which for sure, like, he fucked up in that moment.
Yeah, that's sad.
That was an awful
really
scene.
Sad.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They really get you. Like, they go deep.
Yeah, they literally go deep through everything.
And it's like, on one hand, I respect it. On one hand, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop hurting me.
And then they go to a very, intense sex scene.
Yeah, and you're like, okay.
Then you're like, okay,
I was crying 2 minutes ago. Would you recommend this show to other people?
Yes.
Me too.
100%.
Just don't watch it. I wouldn't watch this with your family.
Yeah, I would not watch it with my family. I could barely watch it with my friends.
Yeah, we were like...
I was just like, looks around.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice. Oh, I've learned more about sex from this show than anything.
No, I was about to say, this is a really fucking important show. Like, I think like any teenager could benefit from watching this. Not that like everyone needs to have sex, but like
sex and
just normalizing anything they talk about.
They really do
just
cover
sex. They
most,
like just like mental illness,
and they do it pretty well.
Everything like that. Like it's just a show that just you shouldn't feel ashamed for being a person, basically.
Being a person, yeah, being human.
Slay.
For slaying.
Don't feel ashamed for slaying. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most unserious.
I don't fucking know.
I said 4, 5, 6 because I can't decide.
Like, that's literally how. Because at first I was like 4, and then I thought of like just
other
like
shows,
the other shows, and just like there are some like I don't know. Goofy,
it is pretty goofy,
but then it's so serious, especially this last season.
It's so you could look at 2 different scenes in the show, and it could be a 10 and a 1.
Something else, yeah.
Yeah, maybe then a 5.
Yeah, let's just keep it at 5. You can.
Yeah.
Depending on either what season you're on or even what episode you're on, you can move the move the bar because what the fuck? The Romeo and Juliet alien thing.
I forgot! I've been so in this season.
Oh.
What a fucking show,
what
man.
What a show.
I love the show. I also love that it's like very clearly a present day show because of the texting, but because of the settings and the coloring and the outfits, you can't tell what decade they're in.
Literally.
Like, it's such a good fucking show. I'm just wishing that I didn't spend... That's my log line. I wish I didn't spend the whole last season being sad and watching them suffer.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we find out who we are in our final segment? Game night with Megan and Bree.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to do the thing where we just do it on your phone.
Okay.
I got to get an iPad.
Megan's gonna get a mini Purple iPad and a PS5.
Yep. So like and subscribe.
So we can
follow us on social media.
Okay, so we're gonna take the quiz. The cast of Sex Education found out which character they are, and now you can too.
Ooh.
That's exciting. All right. First question. First, how would your BFFs describe you? Smart, creative, funny, impulsive, bold, honest.
I always say creative for these. I have to remember my answers.
Yeah, you have to write it down.
Creative. Locking it in.
I'm going to say funny.
Yeah, you're pretty silly.
Okay. Choose a class to attend. How to take a great #selfie. The art of cooking. The science of Harry Potter. Feminist literature 101. Lego robotics or sex education.
I think feminist literature.
Ooh, slay. Ew, what do I want to take?
Nothing.
Lego robotics.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do the same.
Okay.
I think. I'm not cooking.
Oh, wait, there's a cooking one?
Yeah.
Sorry, I like...
So, yeah, remember these.
I know, it's really hard, but I can't see them. Maybe to differentiate, I'll do the cooking.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be Professor Groff.
Oh. Well, slay.
Master Groff.
Slay. Pick a place at school to make out with your crush. The bathroom, an empty classroom, the locker room, the cafeteria, the library, the playground. Bro.
I don't want to do any of those. They're either too public or too gross. I guess the library.
Oh, I was going to pick that.
Too bad.
Too bad. I'm going to do an empty classroom.
Okay. We're not getting a bacteria.
Yeah, not the bathroom, not the locker room, not in front of food.
The playground, children go there.
Yeah, literally that sounds
Perverts?
weird. Okay. Pick something to eat at the school's cafeteria. Pizza, salad, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, chicken nuggets, fruit salad, or milkshake.
Milkshake.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm picking that too. I have to.
Yeah. But a cafeteria milkshake, how good can it be?
It's probably shit. It's probably shite.
Not shite. Pretty bloody awful.
Bloody awful. Which character would you trust with a secret? Jackson, Lily, Ola, Viv, Raheem.
Oh, throwback.
Or Isaac.
Okay, not
Isaac.
Okay, not after season 2.
Isaac needs.
I'm going with Jackson.
Oh, I would say that too. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go to Viv.
Hell yeah, that's the core 2 to be honest.
They're like. Choose something important from sex education. Otis's sex clinic, Maeve's essay prize trophy, the quiz heads, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, Lily's musical, or Moordale Secondary School.
I wish I could pick Otis's jacket because that was holding up the show on its
back.
That
was there. That's all. He just had to put that on and get to work.
I think I'll do the sex clinic.
Okay, I'm gonna do the musical.
Let's go. Are you done?
No. Fucking hell.
You were.
Everybody, hold on.
We need to take a shot every time Bree's
my phone
fucks up.
Malfunctions.
And this is why you have to clean it out.
Get the app.
Yeah,
I think it's the website.
Yeah. I usually use the app, but I can't use my phone. That's why I have to get an iPad.
This sucks. I have to get an iPad too. All right, everyone. Donate below.
Few will get this.
Okay, and finally,
okay,
pick something to binge watch.
Let's go.
Schitt's Creek.
Oh.
The End of the Fucking World. Atypical. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Stranger Things. Or Gracie and Frankie.
My mother's favorite show was Grace and Frankie. Sorry, I love that SNL skit. I'm going with Schitt's Creek. Topical, even though I don't know how to pronounce Dan's last name. Eugene Levy. It's Levy, right? Eugene Levy.
Eugene.
Fuck, I think it's Levy.
Eugene Levy. Levy sounds right.
I think so. Because it's Jane Levy.
Yeah.
And Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
We got there.
Okay, to be different, I'm just gonna pick the end of the fucking world, and I am Eric!
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Oh, shit! That's high stakes.
That's high stakes. You better be
I have to get something good.
Otis.
But for Halloween next year.
I'm Eric.
Be very problematic. A person was robbed at gunpoint.
Oh no! Well, shit.
Okay, I said I was creative, the art of cooking, the library, milkshake, Jackson, the sex clinic, Schitt's Creek. Slay mamas, I got me! Yeah! Oh my god, Barbie girl.
Oh wait! Barbie girl. I know how to...
I'm strong, talented, and charming.
Oh, I didn't read mine.
No,
I'm Eric. I'm the best.
Takes you a little while to open up to some new people, but once you get to know someone, they will become your BFF for life. People tend to underestimate you, so you love to prove them wrong.
Dance the night away.
Hey!
Yay.
That was pretty successful, I'd say.
That was good compared to some other quizzes.
And we didn't even have to cheat. We didn't have to do it again.
We didn't have to cheat. We didn't have to do 17 quizzes.
We never cheat.
We don't cheat.
Cheating's only okay if it's with your soulmate.
It has to be with your soulmate.
We didn't really talk about Ruby, but Slay, loved
Ruby?
her journey.
I love Ruby.
I really love Ruby.
Ruby Slade, she's cunty. She's a little bit of a bully.
But she has a heart of gold. Like,
but
she has a past.
Yeah.
And she had a great development at the end, too.
Her season 3, I love Ruby.
Mm-hmm. And I like how they did. I was so nervous this season. With the Maeve dynamics. I totally get the appeal between Otis and Ruby, and I'm not immune to the propaganda.
Megan hates!
No, I'm literally
Just
saying
kidding.
They pull me. But I didn't start the show for them. And I'm really glad with the way that both situations ended. And, she made a bit about, not needing to be Otis's friend. But they're going to be friends.
Because she has plenty of friends.
Yeah, she has plenty of friends, but...
Yes.
It's honestly open-ending if you preferred them together. You can write it on
You can write it on AO3. You get on and you put in the tags either Otis and Maeve or Otis and Ruby.
Yeah, slash.
Slash.
If you do an and, that's friendship.
Okay, whatever the fuck.
Anyway.
Okay, enough of that.
Sorry, I've never been on Archive of Our Own.
The way I looked at you.
But, yeah, that brings us to the end of another episode.
We did that.
I think next week we're doing wilderness.
I'm excited.
If we aren't, don't come at us.
If we aren't,
because things could change. But I think... But thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Let's fucking go.
Thank you. We have technical difficulties, but we love you. Dickheads.
Dickhead. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Remember to rate, follow, and share with friends.
And find us on TikTok and Instagram at unseriesous to see more content and find out what we're watching next.
We hope you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.